Oh, you're starting a new you're starting a whole new video.
Oh, yeah. That way, I'll just do this. I'll be off screen for this one. Hey, everyone. I got my pal Firewater here. I want to welcome everyone to the first official Fire stream. We might do this again, depending on, engagement and, people leaving stuff. Let me actually... Ooh, I lost some subs on the last stream. That's okay.
Rip. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry,
that's okay. That's okay. When you give real difference of opinion, that's what happens on the internet. You can't just be like an echo chamber. Oh my God, Firewater! Have you heard the news about Jeremy? He's a legit reviewer now.
Which Jeremy?
Geeks and Gamers.
Legit reviewer?
No, he did a really good review of the Batman. I'm like, damn it, he does better reviews than I do. Like, I tried to review the Batman.
I didn't see it yet. I think my wife and I, that'll be the first movie we've seen since Knives Out in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, we're ready to go back to theaters now. Before we were kind of like hesitant, but it's a 3-hour banger, right? Isn't it? Runtime's almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's my bladder felt it, but I really enjoyed the movie. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
I heard it was super dark.
No, it is dark,
but like in a good way though, not like terrible, but like in a good way.
Yeah. The great CJH. Hey, thanks to everyone. We have mailbag questions. And I think I don't know. I'm trying to see where RJ left. Okay.
How's RJ Nader doing? I thought you guys were squabbling. Is that over with?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, I made amends with lots of people. We're all good now. We're just trying to move forward. Yeah, we're trying to move forward.
It's better than
I've been actually, if you haven't noticed, I've been doing more movie talk lately.
A little bit, yeah, which is good. I try to catch stuff when I can. Like I said, I'm so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I took this second job. It adds another 20 hours a week.
Oh yeah,
to the work week. So it's a lot, but I'm trying to fight that inflation, man.
Oh, and thank you, Saggy. Saggy's a new member. Appreciate that, Saggy. I really appreciate it. Hey,
Saggy's good people. I like her.
Yes. Mailbag. It's on the channel section on community CJH. It's not. It doesn't. You don't even have to be a member. But we're doing both. We're doing both in one video to help save me some time. Firewater questions and mailbag. Okay, so there are some questions here directed for you.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not any Jeremy or Phantom Menace stuff, so we might have to do that for this next episode.
Phantom Menace is in a lot of trouble, man. They're gonna they're gonna live stream their starvation, man. I'm telling you.
Well, listen,
I'm telling you, with inflation kicking in and everything, I'm talking about the smaller end people.
Yeah,
not the big YouTubers will probably.
Well, Jeremy's doing the right thing. He's moving into other content. He's trying to legitimize his movie reviews instead of identity politics. Like, if he's actually trying to do edited reviews, that's really props to him.
Yeah, because he used to shit on that. He said, "Don't edit your videos. You're not that perfect." Right? That used to be his quote. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
No, yeah, but that's an improvement. He's doing better than I am. My review didn't crack 100 views.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
Yeah. But let's get to the questions here.
Sure. Oh boy.
All right, RJ. Question for. Oh, let me make this bigger so you can see. And again, like this video, and if you want Firewater to come back, he's a busy dude, so it's not like it's gonna be a weekly thing.
I wish I could commit to that. I don't think. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want.
Yeah. Well, just when he can. This is a way. I do also think you prefer like less people on a panel, like more direct. So having questions prepared like this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So Resident Justice, RJ, question for Firewater. How do you feel about the state of DC fandom?
I can't speak for the people who read the comics because I don't really, to be fair, I don't follow that. But I feel like they're fans without a country, so to speak, because everything is all over the place. Like Affleck I read that Affleck was supposed to star in the Batman, and then he dropped out, or something happened and it didn't work out, and he was supposed to do everything on it, and then that fell to crap.
They gave it to Matt Reeves, yeah,
correct. So then, all right, I would love to see a sequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League with all the cast members there, original cast. I thought they did great. I don't think we're going to see that. Warner Media is about defending failure and trying to repackage it at this point, or distract people like, oh, look at Peacemaker, that did well, right? Look at these other things. But I think Ray Fisher just said the stats that came out, like Zack Snyder's Justice League was the most engaged movie on HBO Max for 2021. Is that correct?
Yeah. That we
I believe that with all the people that were going around. I believe that.
Now there's some critics of Zack Snyder in the Snyder Cut that doesn't necessarily. That's a good thing to bring up, Firewire. That doesn't necessarily mean watch time and views. It's just engagement. But if you majority of engagement leads to watch time and views. Most
I would like the stat. I would love to see these. What are the amount of unique viewers? So
yes,
not whether somebody watched it 50 times, which is great. I'm glad they love it. Watch as many times as you want, but that would only count as one. I watched it 4 times. I thought it was great. And usually sometimes I'll watch movies twice and then I want to move on to the next day. But I gave that like a good shake. I watched it in black and white, the whole thing. Not my favorite cup of tea. It was cool. But then I was like, yeah, I could do that once. And then I watched it again in color. And then 2 other times in color, of course. But
well, thank you, Ashley, for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. She's also joined my team. I do have like a small team.
There you go.
YouTubers. And just, what we do when you for any members out there, I appreciate the support. We support small YouTubers. I'm helping with their StreamYard costs to bring their costs down a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're having a nice little community.
I wouldn't be surprised if costs escalated on everything, dude.
Oh, I looked at the gas. Oh man!
I'll tell you what. I filled my wife's truck up. She takes premium. Unfortunately, I paid. Fuck. You know what? I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now on my Amex. I want to say it was $67. It might have been like $64, and she was like almost on empty. Mm-hmm. I probably filled up about 85% of the tank. Come on, log in faster, you motherfucker. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I can curse. My bad.
Well, we try to limit it, but it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I looked at. I'm gonna have.
Oh, $63. I'm sorry, $63.20 is what I.
You know what's bad when you look at the gas prices when you drive by running errands? You're like, I don't want to fill up yet, and then it raises 20 more cents the next day. I'm like, God damn it.
No, I had it raised 20 cents in an hour. I drove somewhere, and it was X amount per gallon, and I drove past that same gas station and went up 20 cents a gallon.
It's $4.40.
I couldn't have been more than an hour and a half.
Wow, $6 a tank.
Holy shit!
Now
she's in Bay Area, I believe.
Well, we're friends with Matt Jarbo. I feel bad for those people doing that. Tips don't justify the cost to do that.
Well, it depends. So, I mean, they're going to have to raise delivery fees, in which case you're going to get tipped less, or people stop getting delivery. Like Jarbo, he's going to feel that squeeze.
I really feel
he's
for him.
And I feel.
And honestly, I'm thinking about going more back to Amazon, ordering stuff again instead of going making trips everywhere and really limiting my trips.
I'm trying to limit. My wife gets 2 work from home days, but sometimes she'll go in the office 4 or 5. I'm like, honey, we gotta tighten the belt here a little bit. We're not that we're fine, everything's fine, but like if this becomes the standard across the country, it's gonna be bad. Well, I mean, it's funny. My father-in-law is a retired accountant, and he's also got a degree in economics. And I asked him, I was like, Dad, like, when does the average population break? At what dollar per gallon?
I will.
$6 per gallon, $7 a gallon, $8 a gallon. Is that when you're going to see? Like, I got to be honest with you. I not to sound crazy or anything, but I'm a relatively new gun owner. There were break-ins in my neighborhood 3 nights in a row. Car thieves came, and what they do is they drive a burner car to the neighborhood, and they look for people that leave their key fobs in their car. No forced entry, no alarm. And what was scary is that somebody went up to a neighbor's door and looked like they were going to kick it in. And then because they got caught on the Ring doorbell, they didn't do anything. I'm like, no, that's too close for comfort. So I've been training. I joined a range. I go there 3 to 4 times a week, despite how much.
We have a lot of questions now.
Ooh. Oh, good Lord. I will do the best I can to answer everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay. So do you want to add anything about the state of Snyder fandom too, because I know it's been chaotic.
I mean,
you don't have skin in the game, so as an outsider.
I mean, like I would love to see Zack Snyder take over DC. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever. I think he would do great work and do 10 to 12.
You like the Snyder cut, right?
I did. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
hands down. It was great. I loved Cyborg in it. My man actually got a story.
Oh yeah,
and
you know he did get cast in Rebel Moon.
I'll have to check that out. I'm looking forward to that. I still haven't watched that other Army of Thieves prequel, I believe. Oh no, it's Army of Thieves is the prequel, right?
All right, we have to be fair. Hans left the question that you're not going to be happy about, but here you go. Be nice to each other, Hans. He's talking about the Lord of the Rings stream again.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with Hans. Like, you haven't met the burden of proof to prove that I'm wrong. And absolutely, if I'm wrong about something, I will admit that I'm wrong. Jeremy called me out a long time ago because I thought he made a. This is when I was tweeting. Now I haven't done that in, I think, since November. Good Lord, or December, one of those months. My Twitter account's nuked. It's gone. It's unrecoverable. But I'll give you an example when I was wrong, and I'll even use someone I've heavily criticized. With Jeremy, I thought when he made his video about Stan Lee, I thought he was profiting off his death. And then he showed me that he didn't monetize the video, which in good faith, I will believe. And I said on Twitter, no, I'll take the L. I was wrong.
Okay. Yeah, so, I'm willing to admit when Jeremy does good things, like the video I'm going to do a separate video on that. I'm like, major props to Jeremy. He's taking credit. I think Jeremy, I'll be real. Not that we're going to make this about Jeremy and Ryan Kennel. I'm extremely disappointed with Ryan Kennel. He's gotten worse. Jeremy's gotten better. Jeremy actually, I think, does actually listen to some criticism and try to improve.
Ryan, my criticism of Ryan is that it's twofold. One, I think he pushes that line of borderline racism.
Yeah.
Because he likes to.
Did you hear what he said about?
I did. I watched it and I get his point. But at the same time, I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't think he's honestly racist. I really don't. But I think he likes to poke buttons. He likes he knows what he's doing. I think he likes to defend against being called a racist because it increases his engagement. Number two, he's also full of shit. And I'll explain why. Because if representation doesn't matter, why does it matter who are the good people and bad people in Gotham City? What does their race matter? Right. So that's where representation does matter. Feels like he's not being represented. You know, in his opinion, the only two good white people in the movie, and I still have to see the movie, are Alfred and Bruce Wayne / Batman. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's just he's full of shit. If representation doesn't matter, he doesn't make those comments.
Yeah. And I want to remind you viewers, we got 23 people watching. Please like this video. And on the replay, say if you want to hear another Firewater stream, because this next question is sort of why we're doing this from the CJH. Question for Firewater. Why doesn't he upload any content on his channel? And what's your favorite non-geek movie?
Oh, great question. Why I don't upload content on my channel. I am a shitty video editor. Mm-hmm. I'm not good at it. And I honestly, especially now, because I'm working
it's hard to maintain a channel. You have to have
and not only no, you gotta have time, which I probably could make. If I'm being honest, I probably could make it. I'm just unwilling to do so. Mm-hmm. And number two, non-geek movie. Ooh. That's a great question. Probably Thank You for Smoking.
Oh, I still got to see that.
Oh, that's an amazing film.
I always hear
great cast. Great cast. Everyone's awesome in it.
Oh yeah, JR, we can't comment too much on that because I don't want to get doxxed. But I will just say, Cartman's Corner. Oh my goodness, he had an embarrassing moment. And
I watched Eric's stream.
Yeah, he's talking about getting bitches surrounded by a bunch of yes men in his studio. When the rumors are with a certain popcorn planet on their Vegas trip that he used Patreon funds to pay for services. So if you get all the bitches you need, now that's a rumor. I'm just saying, don't be gloating.
All I can say is my dude is
it's an embarrassment.
I saw Eric's stream.
Yeah,
he hit Eric on some things, which was fair.
Eric's successful.
Eric's more successful than me. He's got a big. He's like 8 years my junior.
And he
he's got a
does,
bigger house. He's
and
got more
he
stuff,
does
you know?
what we all can criticize the usual suspects of. He actually makes his own music, and he's actually making his own comic book company.
Okay, so I'll give him credit. He'll compete in the
And
free
his
market.
music is legit. His music is firewater. He's
Actually,
a very
the
good rapper.
CJ, it's a tie between Thank You for Smoking and Goodfellas and the original Godfather.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will refresh. We're probably just not going to get the mailbag tonight because you've been all participating, which is great.
Let's alternate a little bit. Because people that posted stuff, I want to make sure that they get their questions.
Well, I could do mailbag on another night because I also have to get up early, so I want to keep it at a good,
all right, whatever you want to do. You decide.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, Rhea.
What she got for me?
What does Firewater think Intellivision could do to save the production status of the Miko and make it an international retail release?
Oh man. Look, I like Tommy. I think he's a good dude.
He's made mistakes.
And
I wish we both wish him the best.
I absolutely wish him the best, but the problem is you got to get that price point down. I think I read somewhere that they have an investor that was demanding $100 a unit. I don't know if that's true.
No, that's true. That's true.
Then you need to buy that person out.
They don't have the money to.
Well, then they need to get some venture capital and buy.
I don't think
that is a toxic investor. That is who demands $100 per unit royalty. That is effing insane. I've never heard of that before. And they signed the deal. They took his money.
They probably, my perception is that the bank, with the situation they were in, the bank terms wouldn't have been much better. And then if they have someone that's inside the company, that once he gets that $100 return, he can go then and invest it again in the company for the future, is my perception. But I just sell speculation.
$100 a unit is absolutely insane. I'm sorry. That's
like
that person needs to be bought out.
Well, their new firewall, their new email they sent out was, we were speaking with someone outside the start engine. They took down the start engine and they said investor / acquire. So my perception is they're probably going to get acquired by someone. They're going to see what they can profit out of the work that was done. I doubt that a console will be released, but maybe the games will be released and they could be, get something there.
I think the problem is the hardware is no better than like 3 generations ago.
Well, no, they should have. This is the thing that happens when you have an idea and it's not working. At a certain time, you should say, should we reevaluate our game plan and adapt? You need to adapt.
No, I agree.
And they did not adapt. They doubled, tripled, quadrupled down when there were signs that pointed that they should adapt to the current trends. And that controller should be remodeled, take out all the special features, most of the special features, lights, motion control, make us, the design of the console's legit. Take out the lights, take out the motion control. Maybe just even take out the screen and make it a giant button. Make it a giant button.
I love their efforts, but like I said, this is why I don't pre-order stuff.
Mm-hmm. I do. I still have my pre-order.
And I think you're a good person for that, but you're trying to help them. But,
my wife told me to cancel.
Well, she might be right. I don't see how this console gets launched, and I say that with all the respect.
No, I did. It's not like it's a total scam. Like people were saying, if they're making a product, they're just bad decisions. If they made a product, they have games that you could play. They have a controller. Like if you were going to say it's a scam, they wouldn't be showing the controller off. That controller was overly designed. Like the console was overly designed. I know, because when I interviewed him back in the day, he showed me they thought they'd a lot of thought into this.
No, I'm sure.
Instead of just doing a standard, instead of just a standard regular like SNES controller,
They should have just done the original Miko or Intellivision controller, excuse me.
Well, that controller sucks.
Well, they're modeling it off a shitty controller then. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like the point.
But they could have done they could have done a basic like D-pad and button controller and it would have been out already, and then it would be cheaper.
It's whoever that investor was just broke the company. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But man, Rhea's using her membership there to get me to talk about the Miko again.
It's a great question. It's an amazing question.
Well, I do know if Firewater was in change, I believe you would make some drastic changes. You wouldn't just go.
You
status
got to get
quo.
that price point. You got to cut that price point in less than half.
Well, we don't know this for sure, Zeno. Brett Weiss is a YouTuber that was a fan of it, and he got his pre-order back. I'm not asking for mine back. I'm going to ride it out, see what happens. I haven't invested. The only investment I have is my pre-order in my boxed edition games that I may not ever get to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish them the best of luck, but they're in a lot of trouble. They need a big company to swoop in and buy out the IP and kind of like get that price point down, buy out that toxic investor. That's insane, dude. $100 a unit. You're not. What's your investment on 0 units sold, man? Like, come on, get your head out of your ass. Mm-hmm. And how did they agree to those terms? It's completely unreasonable.
No, I understand that, Degrassi. I'm just, it'll be a story to tell if I have grandkids or whatever. I tried my best. I covered it. I think there will be a documentary for sure. Okay, let's move on because that's a loaded question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is great. Thanks, Rhea. Dat Boy 22. What do you think will be the 3 highest grossing comic book movies in 2022?
Well, Spider-Man is number 1. Nothing's going to touch that.
Well, this is 2022. That was last year, though.
Oh, I guess. All right, fair enough. I think Doctor Strange will do well. I think my prediction for Doctor Strange is that it'll crack $1 billion, but not do as well as Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm
trying to think. Black Adam and
Black Adam will do better than the Flash.
Okay.
I may be wrong on that.
Batman? Is Batman in there?
Batman,
it got a good weekend. It's got 128 million above.
No, it's doing well. It's doing well.
I just don't see the repeat viewings there. Even though I loved it, I don't see it's.
I do think Doctor Strange will actually, and this may sound odd, but because of the strong connections with the MCU and all these other. Yeah, I was gonna say J.R. Abel. Yeah, Doctor Strange, and he'll have good competition. But I do think. I mean, he's gonna earn it.
Oh,
but I don't. I would say probably Doctor Strange, the Batman, and Aquaman 2.
Black Adam over.
I'm gonna go with a sleeper in Black Adam. I think Black Adam will outdo Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I mean that. There's a lot of see. The thing is, I predicted 2 before. I don't think Aquaman 2 is going to do that great. I think a lot of it was people intrigued to see if Aquaman could work as a movie. And then it was successful and it was fun. And there was still, that's my interpretation. It was a moment in time. People were interested. There was also Entourage on HBO Max and they made fun of the Aquaman movie. And Aquaman was considered like a joke character.
What does Aquaman do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, in the Peacemaker series, he's treated as a joke somewhat too. Like the F fish, So people didn't. There's a lot of factors there. I don't think the Aquaman 2 is going to get.
I don't think Aquaman 2 does as well as Aquaman 1,
unless it's really epic.
Or I'm wrong, and I'll take the L. But
okay. Well, here's RJ. What's a better fantasy franchise, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Star Wars, hands down.
Star Wars, yeah.
Even the good and the bad taken together.
Listen, I'm looking forward to the Amazon Lord. Did you see the trailer for it?
No, you know what it is? I'm going to go in cold with that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to consume any official media, and I just want to watch it day one.
Okay.
And give it a shot. I'll listen to commentary occasionally online.
But it's not trending like Star Wars news does, though. It's
no. Star Wars, to me, is the most epic franchise ever created. I doubt it'll be replaced.
It's the blockbuster. It created the blockbuster.
If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. But I doubt it'll.
You'd be happy if Lord of the Rings surpasses it, but I just don't see it.
God bless them if they do.
Yeah. Now, this next one's kind of a hard one because I don't know about this either, CJH. Where do you think the MCU will go beyond the Multiverse King plot?
Oh, good Lord.
Well, I mean, like future villains, like Doctor.
I think. Well, they got to bring in Doctor Doom and Galactus. They got to bring
Fantastic
in some other.
Four. And stuff
I think some of the X-Men, X-Men, can now be merged because Disney bought Fox. Mm-hmm. You got to get some of the top X-Men villains, like Magneto. I think he comes back. Kang is everywhere, man. He's literally in every timeline. So what do you do with that? I think Galactus is huge because he literally swallows planets. I'd love to see Silver Surfer.
Yes.
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
Zoe Catlin's hot. That's nice. I like Saturday Night Live still.
I don't watch SNL anymore. Oh, so Zoe Kravitz is she's a fine actress. She's very good.
No, she's a star, definitely. This is her breakout role. I actually want to see that other show, the movie that she has on HBO Max. I forget what it's called. I just didn't get a chance to watch it yet. But yeah, I think you have great predictions about the future of the MCU.
And like I said, hold me to it. If I'm wrong, I'll take the L. It's not a problem.
Yeah. No, but there's still. Okay? I'm going to add a question to that, Firewire, based on that. Do you think that, like you've said with hate clicks on YouTube diminishing returns, do you think there's diminishing returns with comic book movies and Marvel, or do you think there's still a lot of left to explore? I still see the way they're going, the way the characters are introducing. I don't think it's slowing down.
No, I think Marvel will figure out a way. Yeah. But are they gonna? Is it gonna? I guess the more appropriate question is: it gonna have another movie as epic as like Endgame? And
Secret Wars,
maybe 10 years from now. 5 years. Well, 10 years is a long time. Maybe 5 to 7 years now, because there's a lot of stuff to still build up. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer to this. I know that Kevin Feige is one of the most brilliant producers on the planet. And he's probably got this shit plotted out for the next 10-15 years, if I had to guess. And obviously a lot of some of it he reveals.
He could probably get any job he wanted to if he wanted to move on from Marvel. People would pay.
Why would he though, man? I mean,
no. I'm just saying he wants to stay where he's at.
No. He could stay where he's
at.
But
I think he's become one of the most powerful people in Hollywood right now.
Correct.
I mean,
because he's one of the strongest producers in Hollywood.
What if he does do this rumored Star Wars project and it makes records for Star Wars? What if he has a hand in that? Oh my God!
Well, they'd have to place him as like either president or something, like, because he's very high up in Marvel.
But what if he? Can you imagine?
I'm not going to make a lateral movement. You need my services more than I need to give them to you. He has the leverage. You know what I'm saying? He has all the leverage because he's great.
Okay.
But
all right. Let's see here. Anthony Beltree. When do you think the DC is going to reboot and Marvel? Interesting question.
Marvel is can't stop, won't stop. DC will probably reboot in 2 years.
Well,
they can't keep any actors around.
Yeah, and if they there's too big a gaps between their sequels. Like Marvel movies, I don't think they can reboot right now.
Marvel movies, I feel like they're once a quarter or 3 a year or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's always like, okay, we watched the new movie, it was cool, take a break. Oh wow, Doctor Strange is coming out after Spider-Man. Oh, okay. Now technically Spider-Man's not.
I don't think Marvel would even consider rebooting for like another 10, 15, 20 years.
It doesn't. You'll start rebooting when people stop seeing the stuff in the theaters.
Yeah,
that's it. You only reboot when it's not working. If it's working, why? I don't understand. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'd say at least another 10 years of content, unless something really bad, unless that really tanks, and I just don't see that happening. Like, there's such an interest now. It's kept the industry alive. Honestly, the theater industry. Comic book movies, lots of people
stuff where you need the large screen and the sound system for.
Yeah.
Like an independent film, I can wait till it comes on Amazon. But if I want, like, I have a good TV at home, I don't have a home theater set up. I wish I had a soundbar and speakers, but it's not practical.
Scipio, but that what I think you're maybe referring to Eternals was the only one that like underperformed.
Okay. Eternals,
maybe Ant-Man 2,
No, Ant-Man 2 made a lot of money. Ant-Man 2 was profitable. Ant-Man 2 was profitable. It wasn't as much as Ant-Man 1. Ant-Man 2 was profitable.
Okay. But it went down a little bit. Usually the sequel.
Oh, yeah. No, but it was still very profitable. Ant-Man 2 was a good movie.
But that you're going to have to see a string. You're going to have to see like DC Warner Brothers numbers, a string of, like 3 in a row. Like we're talking about Justice League, Birds of Prey, and then Wonder Woman 84 all in a row, that's when you'd be concerned, And now Warner Brothers is on the uptick,
Yeah.
Peacemaker was a success.
I'd like to answer Ancient Aliens guy.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's get to this here.
I think that's a good question.
All right, Ancient Aliens guy. Why do you think Anna from Star Wars Girl doesn't interact with any of the Fandom Menace anymore? Do you have a theory?
Because they're bled out.
Yeah.
That well is tapped. They're no longer, and this is going to sound absolutely cold, and they're no longer of any further value.
Hey,
her time online is money.
Yes,
right.
She's doing cosplay calendars.
She's doing cosplay.
She looks great.
I'm sure she looks great. She does her channel.
I didn't buy a calendar, but
she's probably getting diminishing returns on that content.
Yeah,
she looks at her analytics. It doesn't make sense to. There's no money. There's no more money in it. Like Kathleen Kennedy has been renewed 3 or 4 times. All the bullshit. Oh, she get fired.
All right, call me out. Call me out directly, Firewater. I think
Well, I mean, that was like a long time ago. Because you know what it is. You know what the Fandom Menace is, and I was thinking about this a lot recently because I knew I was doing this stream, so I wanted to prepare. Did you ever see the movie Panic Room with Jodie Foster? Came out in 2002. Forrest Whitaker and the one chick who starred with Robert Pattinson in Twilight. I forgot her name. Kristen Stewart?
Yes.
Kristen Stewart. Okay. Do you remember the character Raoul?
No, I don't.
Okay. Raoul, I'll give you a refresher and you tell me if you remember. Remember Jared Leto's in it? I think he's like the doorman with the dreads.
Okay. Yeah.
That's his friend who joins the heist and he brings like a 9mm silenced with him. Because they want to abort the job. They're supposed. The story is, for everyone who's never seen it, Forrest Whitaker, for whatever reason, gets word that there's bearer bonds, which are very valuable forms of currency, in a townhouse that's supposed to be, I don't want to say abandoned, but unoccupied for 3 weeks. Jared Leto's kind of like a maintenance person there, so they're going to heist these bearer bonds, and while everyone's away, the problem is Jodie Foster and her daughter are not away, and there was a miscalculation. So they're trying to leave. And so Raoul comes in. He wears a ski mask. He has a vest zipped up and he has a silenced pistol. I think it's a 9mm cross draw position on his left side. So he draws it with his right, I think. And so Jared Leto asks him, they're arguing on whether they can complete the heist or not. Nobody was supposed to be here. Jared Leto asks Raoul, can we still do this? And he goes, yes, we can still do this. And then it goes something along the lines, they're talking, and then Raoul starts talking some shit like he's some badass. And Forrest Whitaker asks who he is. He goes, who are you? And he says, I'm Raoul. Fast forward midway through the movie, we find out Raoul's a fucking bus driver. Okay? He's completely full of shit. He does not know what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything. Him bringing that gun to that situation complicates things because he's a fucking moron. So that's what the Fandom Menace are, in my opinion. They're a bunch of Raouls.
Okay.
They're a bunch of Raouls that are full of fucking shit, that don't know what they're talking about. They represent aces when they have Deuce 7 offsuit. That's what they are to me. And in terms of Anna, she's a businesswoman. Yeah. She uses her assets, and I mean that, literally, to generate revenue for herself.
And Ray, I did not buy the calendar. I respect sexy cosplay, or cosplay in general. I respect that. That's fine. That's positive.
So
that's not dogging on anything.
Watch. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's got Jared Leto in it too. He's pretty good in it, and I think the guy who plays Raoul is actually like a country singer or some shit. But the Fandom Menace are a bunch of Raouls. They're in way over their head. They don't know what they're talking about. And they're all, and the ones I'm thinking about are in a lot of trouble this year. They may want to get a second
it's not the small fries channels are not doing good. It's only the big ones.
Right, but they've pivoted. Like Jeremy has pivoted a little bit because he knows that Kathleen Kennedy's not going to get fired. You can't ride that anymore. Ryan has pivoted. And to probably for the sake of their livelihoods. Like I don't think Jeremy wants to go back to retail, man.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
either.
and I don't blame you.
I've
Neither
worked
do I.
in retail myself.
Oh yeah, no, so have I. That's why I went to fucking school and got an education. You know, like it's and so he has to adapt. And if he, monetized outrage, I believe does have a shelf life, especially when there's much bigger fish to fucking fry nowadays. Much bigger fish. So yeah, Anna had bled them out, and the cow isn't producing any more milk. The well is dry, and so she moved along.
Yeah.
And Degrassi knows is correct. Yeah, Dwight Yoakam. That's the actor who played Raoul. But the Fandom Menace are a bunch of Raoul, and they're going to be exposed. There's going to be a lot more GoFundMes. I promise you, they do not have their shit together, and they don't have shit to show for their time, just like Raoul. It's harsh, but true.
Well, we have another question for RJ. Is David Zaslav the right man to head up Discovery?
David Zaslav, he's the guy from Discovery, right?
Yeah, he heads up to Discovery, which is very I think
absolutely. They should clean house with Warner. It's bleeding money. They should clean house.
Can I add a part to that question? Do you think it's going to be status quo and people are going to keep their jobs like Hamada and Emmerich?
No.
Okay.
I think some will and some won't. I couldn't tell you who would or wouldn't.
Well, you're also going into second merger. That's different than one merger, right? That's like you have to do something drastic in a second merger.
Right. Well, I know. Well, here's the thing. CNN is bleeding cash.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody watches. They're scandal written one after the other. I heard he wants to shift the focus of that. Go back to doing news. Forget commentary and opinion. Nobody cares. And I feel like they need to clear out Warner because they're wasting DC right now. Yes, they have some stuff, good stuff coming out. I heard Peacemaker was good. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, Warner Brother as a whole has been made. They let the Monster Universe show go to Apple Plus. They let some other stuff go to Amazon, and they haven't been spinning off. Like The Matrix was a failure. The Mortal Kombat, that's great for young viewers. And what's pop more.
Sure. They have a hit with Dune, right? Dune did well.
It wasn't extremely profitable though. And that was also supposed to spin off. They were all supposed to have a spin-off series there. It's not happening.
Well, here's the thing though with The Matrix, and that breaks my heart because I love The Matrix.
Me too.
Matrix, in my opinion, was the most underutilized Hollywood franchise. In my opinion, they should have had shows. They should have had, what's it called? More animes, like with the Animatrix, that was very good. And actually, let me Darcipio. Fandom Menace. Well, here's the thing though. Jeremy and Nerdwallic don't consider themselves Fandom Menace anymore. So the only one that I think does is what's his face? Who's Jesse's boyfriend, or I don't even know if they're still dating.
World Class. Yeah, they're still together. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Good. God bless them. I guess alcohol will do that.
Shit.
Shots fired. Calling SWAT. Yeah, they are. I mean, they were like getting evicted and stuff. I'm talking about the smaller YouTubers that like need their little therapy sessions still about The Last Jedi. It came out 5 years ago or whatever it is, or 4 years ago, whatever it was. But no, we'll have to see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a feeling a lot of those people are going to be setting up a lot of GoFundMes because they're hilariously unprepared for the next 6 months.
Okay,
in my opinion.
All right. We'll have to move faster because there's a lot of questions still.
Sure.
Anthony Baltry, are you excited for the next Star Wars project? Which one is what I would say?
Well, the Acolyte. Well, Obi-Wan, I think is going to be cool. I did not watch Book of Boba Fett yet. I kind of got turned off at the end of the middle of the first episode. It was like it reminded me of like a college film project. It was very noir, and I was like, that's kind of boring. I do want to get. I'm going to answer Goldman's question really quick. Inflation is a short answer to that.
Go to fill your tank right now.
Yeah,
that's going to start going to your groceries. That's going to go in everything.
Yeah, when the cost of food gets, I think the French Revolution occurred when the cost for the average household in France at the time, they were spending more than 25% of their income on food. If you do that, then you get people to riot in the streets. We'll see what happens. But anyways, back to
Star Wars project.
Obi-Wan, I think, is going to be cool. I know a lot of people are like, Star Wars. It's like, all right, been there, done that. But like, I'm also kind of curious about the Acolyte because it's the first time they're going to follow a Sith.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
We'll have to see what happens with that. I don't really know much about that other than that, but I think it's like good to see that as well. And I like the live action stuff. Although with that said, and Mandalorian season 3 should be kick ass. But I'm excited. I have to sit down and watch the Book of Boba Fett. I'll have to maybe stream that when I got time.
The end of Book of Boba Fett is more exciting than the beginning. So if you could actually go on episode 5 and like just watch till the end, but
okay.
Because it's definitely worth watching though. But it's a mixed bag. There's episodes. It's not as good as the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian.
No, well, I'll give it a chance. I want to. If I'm going to watch a show, I'm going to watch it all the way out.
Okay. Anthony Beltry, do you think Sony movie division will go bankrupt in the future?
I don't have any evidence to suggest that.
I don't believe so, Anthony. I know they've struggled, but they've had some recent success, basically for their connection to the MCU with, with Spider-Man.
And honestly, I don't know much about it.
And Uncharted was decent. It's not at a
I'm just not sure. That's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I mean, there's every company is struggling to with their, but they've had some recent success. Their trajectory is more positive than negative lately. So if they've survived this far and they're having success, they are building out also the Spider-Man universe with Venom. Venom 2 were both, even though the quality wasn't great, they both made decent money. And now they have Morbius. If Morbius tanks with the Jared Leto Morbius one, that's in the Spider-Man universe, Firewater. So if they could successfully build out a Spider-Man universe, that remains to be seen yet. Venom's success, but this other projects they're trying.
Sure. We'll have to see.
They've had some wins though. Uncharted was decent. I didn't see it yet, but
I can answer Venomous. I'm gonna alt-right. I don't know. I'm gonna challenge that. I'm a gun owner myself. As of October of last year, I owned 4 handguns. Planning on getting a 5th soon because I'm starting a little collection here. I have more gun safes than I do handguns.
Mm-hmm.
I would do long guns. Wife doesn't want them in the house, so I'm like, I'm not going to fight her on that. But I don't know. I don't think guns necessarily make somebody alt-right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And not only that too, a lot of left-leaning people are saying that the citizens of Ukraine should tool up, but they're not for our citizens being able to arm themselves as well.
Right, which is
and the argument was like, well, you're fighting a tyrannical government. You're going to need a nuclear bomb. It's like, well, they're fighting back. There's ground fighting. There's urban warfare going on, and citizens are firing upon soldiers, and Russian soldiers are firing upon them. So that kind of shits on that argument.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of reject the premise of the question.
We have to, Venomous, appreciate your commentary, but we have to be careful with saying everything represents that because listen, the very real world recent events.
Also, I'm jealous they got to shoot full auto because that's something I want to do. We can't do that where I'm from, though.
I never fired a gun before my father-in-law that's passed. We did target practice. He hunted once when he was a kid, and he killed like a bunny, and he's like, I can't ever do that again. But he likes guns and target practice. So
yeah, sure.
People just because they have guns or doesn't make them evil.
No.
We have to be careful with that.
Yeah, but I do find it interesting. It's just a simple political point is that like a lot of people on the left are praising Ukraine for their right to bear arms and fight soldiers.
Yeah.
But then you want people in America want to do the same thing, and they're like, "Oh no, you're a crazy nut job."
It's also naive to think, "Oh, I'm an American ever here too." You just don't know.
Well, it probably won't be here because
we
don't know who's armed and who isn't.
Well, no,
like, if somebody wants to invade, they're going to have to deal with not only a
I know it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely. I'm just saying, you never know. I mean, look at the world these last few years. You just don't know what's going to happen.
No, I agree, and I hope
you just don't know. And you would think that these pipelines and systems are set in place to protect. You look how easy things throw a kink in production and
well, I mean,
pipelines.
I've been
or like you say, what if gas goes up to 10, 12?
Well, I mean, like at what point does the population break?
Yeah.
At what price per gallon? Because we live in a society. We live in a society. We live in a society where the government encouraged the development of suburban lifestyles where you need a car. Like there's public transportation. I mean, it doesn't get you from where you need to go in most parts. It just gets you to the next nearest major city and any stop on the way. So how do you, like, at what point is it $7 a gallon? Is it $8 a gallon? $7.50?
No, there's going to get a point where if it keeps going,
there's going to be a breaking point, and that's why I have, like, people may laugh, I have like 3,000 rounds of training ammo, and I have like 750 rounds of self-defense ammo. Like it's I'm just...
Well, we're not there yet, Protoss X. We're not there yet. I mean, there's options, but
you buy an electric car, you're going to spend $60,000 on that, and then you're not going to see the cost savings for years. It's better to buy like a cheap Honda Civic,
and that doesn't save your grocery costs either, or other costs. Like the truckers aren't going to have electric truck. Yeah,
they still need diesel.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. RJ, I'll answer this for. He hasn't seen it yet, and he wants to.
Yep, I haven't seen it yet. I can't answer that question.
All right, Anthony, should Sony introduce as Spider-Man in the universe and stop doing villain movies? To answer that first, I think villain movies are very profitable and untapped in relatively untapped still in the comic book industry. And I love the Joker. I like the premise of Venom. I just think it could have been better, but it still was profitable. Can you imagine what an excellent Venom movie would have done? Me personally, that's my answer to the question. I love villain movies. I love seeing if of course execution. Can a villain movie justify it without the hero being in it? That's some stories might not, but that's my opinion. What's yours, Firewater?
I think it depends on the story, but I think it could fly.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. I'm getting a call here. Just give me one second. I'm going to mute really quick.
All right. And also, Anthony, do you think Doctor Strange 2 Marvel will announce the X-Men movie?
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, Wifey Poo is a call-in. So how many more questions we got left?
There's four. All
right, let's do it.
Okay, so you think they should stop doing villain movies, Sony?
I think it depends on. I mean,
Morbius maybe after. Morbius
I think you could do a villain style movie and then connect it to the heroes, and that could be your next Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's that build up and then a big conflict. But we'll see. I mean, I have no idea.
All right. So Anthony, again, do you think Doctor Strange 2 Marvel will announce the X-Men movie?
I hope so.
We do know Patrick Stewart is in there, but he might be a variant Professor X from the trailer.
I hope he does. I hope they do.
Are you going to see Knives Out 2? Now that's going to be on Netflix. So
yes,
I am. Did you enjoy the first one?
I like the first one.
Okay, cool.
I did. I thought it was good.
And what's your favorite movie?
Good Lord, that's a tough one.
Now this can be geek. Do you Star Wars? Is it maybe what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Favorite Star Wars movie is Empire, followed by Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, I like Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge was good. I'm a sucker for a good saber fight. Like this Alkalite show could have the world's worst Star Wars story, but if they're saber swinging every episode and it's badass, then I'll shut up. Like you're not gonna hear
Oh wow!
You're not gonna hear. I'm a sucker for a good saber fight. That's why I thought they wasted Darth Maul because he was Ray Park's an actual martial artist, and he made the other two look.
Hey, next time maybe on episode 2 we could get Rhea in here with you too because she's
absolutely
great.
Yeah, Rhea's a sweetheart. She's wonderful people.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. CJH, you're adding more questions. This is it though. This is it. Should James Cameron slow down on announcing Avatar sequels or just focus on making the second one? He's announced that they have
five of them, right, or something.
Now 2 is already done and 3 is finishing up. So 2 and 3 are done. They're not done.
I think I get they're trying to generate hype, but I think you should do one project at a time, and then privately get them all done and announce them as they come. Keely Chow. Oh, I'm sorry, not saying hi to me. I think you should. In my opinion, I think you should complete it, market it. And because the movie's done doesn't mean it's like done. Like when it's released, then it's like finally done. You got to do marketing, you got to do press and all that. You got to get all the advertising, all that shit. All that counts too. I would focus on that, rather than worrying about episode 5 of that or some shit.
Well, pretty much
James Cameron's a genius, so I mean, like,
it really depends. It really depends on what happens with 2 box office. If 2 really tanks, you're probably going to get 3, and they may alter 3 to end it. If 2 gets really good box office, they probably give the green light for 4 and 5, and they'll just do 4.
I'm looking forward to, though, everything. I feel like everything James Cameron does, for the most part, like, it hits.
And
like,
what the heck is this question, CGH? This is the last final question. Is humanity's future in the stars? It has intergalactic species like Elon Musk suggests. We can't get it right on Earth. I don't know.
Not in the immediate future. I mean, like, I don't know. We're on the brink of like nuclear war or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Avatar 2 is Avatar's a prediction. That's what. Yeah. That's why they went to the Pandora.
The unobtainium, yo. But I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that.
I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk is a smart dude.
Elon Musk is a smart man, but he doesn't get everything right.
Right. I don't. It's interesting that they're all going to, they all have spacecraft now, Bezos. It's very interesting that they're all focusing on that. I don't know.
Well, to me, it's like when you're an ultra billionaire, like what do you do with your money other than make more money, which you don't need, right? They're both ultra billionaires, right? They're not like, and so they have more money than God. How many yachts how many homes can you buy? Now you have to hire staff. The more homes you have, the less time you have to split between them, right? How many yachts do you need? How many lavish vacations that you could just buy the resort? Like, why go to a resort? If you're Elon Musk, I'm not going to a hotel or resort. F that. I'm going to buy my own place where, you know what I'm saying? Unless I'm traveling for business, I'd prefer to stay at somebody's penthouse. I'll make a friend with someone and then offer them a courtesy on one of my properties. You know what I'm saying? So, especially for security purposes too, I don't want a lot of foot traffic coming in,
Yeah.
So I don't know. What else do? You go to space. There's nowhere else to go, or you find Atlantis. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, I don't know what all their goals are for going there. I mean, they're going to be sold out on the tickets. Is that profitable though, or is there some claim stakes to claim in space?
I'm curious to see if they'll be on the first flight. If they're going to be on the first flights, it'll be legit. If they're just sending people,
I mean, can they mark planets and claim them? I don't know.
I don't know what international or intergalactical law would be.
It's like we need Brian with Star Trek. I don't know.
I don't.
I mean, there might be reasons for this. I don't know if they find something. Do they get to claim it?
I think maybe they think Earth is screwed, and that's how we're going to survive.
Do they know something we don't? That's the other.
They know a lot of things we don't, but I don't know. If
oh my God! Yeah, I don't want to think about too much firewater. Probably, hopefully, well, we got enough problems on Earth. Maybe it's their escape plan.
But like I guess
maybe they're going for Elysium. Remember the plot of Elysium?
Right.
All the normies have to all the people that aren't rich have to be on Earth, and they're gonna have
with their broke asses, right?
Yeah, and they're gonna have this amazing place where all the rich people are safe in outer space, and just looking down, and we're stuck here.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
They can that's easily plausible that they could build a sustainable station, take the resources from Earth, be confined up there, and we have to work for them on the planet.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't know. Great question. Like I said, I don't know what the ultra rich do.
Yeah.
Because their assets are tied up. It's not like they're liquid. It's not like Jeff Bezos is liquid like $200 billion. Mm-hmm. Most of it's tied up in Amazon, overwhelming majority. Now, he could do a sell-off and get paid, but that would like crash the market. He's not willing to do that. Same with Elon Musk. In fact, Elon Musk did a massive sell-off, and he paid, I think, the most amount of taxes in U.S. history.
Well, we're almost at like 55 minutes. I think it's a good place to end, especially since you're a busy dude. But this is a success. Thank you, everyone, for the first ever Fire stream. And when Firewater says he has more time, and maybe I would like to, it'll be fun to get Rhea involved.
Well, why don't we do this? Maybe we'll commit. Maybe what I will do is commit to maybe the first Sunday of every month.
That's cool. Yeah, that's
and
great.
It has to be late. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then maybe maybe I can do that. Yeah, if we could do it like, preferably like earlier, like 10 o'clock maybe.
Okay.
But for this tonight, it was fine. Don't worry about it. But I do have to run because I got to get up
Yeah.
early for work. I
And-
got to get up at like 6
Yeah,
o'clock.
and
so.
thank you everyone for participating. That's how this show works.
Thank you.
I think it went
appreciate all
pretty
that.
smooth.
Very good questions, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm gonna chill out and play some games or something. Get ready
All
for
right.
work. Oh man, it's Sunday night. Damn it.
I know.
Bye everyone. Thanks
good
for
one.